the original plan was just to show the chain on camera because it was a rumor floating around the net. Yo, Sheik took her chain. I'm like, first and foremost, I had to buy my own chain. Nigga, nobody would never take my shit over here. You crazy, nigga? Right. So the plan was to just show the chain that I still got it, to dispute the rumors that was going on. When I showed the chain, yo, what happened to that chain, Hood? Showed the chain, and the homie was like, man, we don't care about that chain. We walked that shit. As soon as he said that, nigga, I just walked it without even thinking about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Walked the shit. Right. And we ended up going to the 50 show in the Bronx. That was where I was on my way to.
Cause you was trying to poke at him.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because it was kind of like 50. It was kind of like a symbolization of how I felt they was doing to my career. You know what I mean? Like these niggas dragging me. So I'm gonna drag the imprint that we created. Right. Not saying that was the right thing to do, but that's what happened. And prior to me doing that, I had just took the meeting with 50, even though I had no real intentions of signing with him. You know what I mean? Like I was telling you, I read the 48 Laws of Power, and my whole thing was, even though the mindset wasn't correct, I'm like, crush your enemy totally. I couldn't have crushed them totally, but in my mind, I'm like, this is a gut shot at least. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because first and foremost, I can't sign with 50 because I'm contractually bind to them. Mm-hmm. But if you guys are keeping me off the radio, you're using your connections to suppress me, the least I could do is take this meeting, and it's going to contain shock value by me taking a meeting with our quote-unquote arch nemesis, and it's going to be a gut shot. Right. So
he should have read the guard your reputation.
Yeah.
He should have read that law.
For me, I was naive.
Guard your reputation.
I was so naive into thinking like people are going to respect truth rather than to side with people or fandom. Like, you know what I mean? And I was wrong for that because niggas don't care about truth. No. They want to go with whatever they think is popular.
What they've been following. Right.
So when I took the 50 thing, I'm like, this is strictly for that, shock value. Because I had meetings with other labels also, but you didn't hear about them because that one contained the shock value. Mm-hmm. I took the meeting with 50.
What 50 said?
I told the homies from the beginning, I'm like, listen, this is going to go crazy on the net. Mm-hmm. We know when niggas ain't signing, man. Come on, these niggas ain't letting me on my shit. So I set the meeting up. When he heard about the idea, he like, oh, hell yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna keep it a rack. This nigga was with me. We went down to Manhattan. This when their office was like, their office was what, across the street from the garden? Went down there, I'm not gonna lie, I had the nigga 50 waiting for like 2 hours.
At least 2 hours, nigga.
So I ended up getting to the office late. I'm like 4 of the homies, we walk up in there. They like, yeah, who you? I'm like, yeah, J Hood. They like, man, you just missed 50. I hear somebody talking in the background. Hey, yo, man. Hey, yo, that nigga left, man. That nigga went to the room, man. I'm like, yo, who the fuck is that? I smell mad haze and shit. And they come around the corner. Yeah, yo. He like, yo, hey, yo, what's up, man? Yo, you ain't with these niggas no more? Yeah. I'm like, nah, man. He like, yo, come with me, man. Follow me to the joint. I'm like, all right, bet. So we end up following him to the clothing spot. The clothing office. Walked up there. You know, we metal detector. They patted us down and all that. One of the security came out. He like, listen, man, 50 only gonna see you. I ain't had no problem with him. I'm like, if that's what he want, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Right. 50 came out after that. Like 1 minute later, he like, nah, let everybody come. Like, don't come in. Everybody came in. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like 50, I didn't know him, like, you know, before that. But what he showed me, I'm like, okay, dude is a totally transparent and genuine dude because the information that he shared with us, it's like he volunteered information that we didn't even ask him. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting there telling us all type of stuff. This meeting lasted for at least every bit of 5 to 6 hours. You know what I'm saying?
The hospitality was flavor.
The hospitality was crazy. So we sitting there. Yeah. We talking about everything. First and foremost, they being like super on. They like, yo, listen, man. We be getting mixtapes just to hear what y'all dropping. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, what the hell is going on with you though? Like, what are they doing with you? Like, yeah. I'm like, listen, man, it don't take a rocket scientist to see. Like, obviously they're not dropping my album. Like, you know what I mean? They're like, listen, man, that shit is crazy. You know, everybody waiting on it. I'm not gonna lie, we waiting to see what the hell this shit sound like and all this shit. And I took it upon myself to tell 50 something like in the middle of the meeting. What? And I'm just telling you this because this is where I was at with it. I'm like, look, at the time I was crazy. I was wilding, but I'm like, listen, man, I'm a Ja Rule this nigga shit. He like. I'm like, yeah, he like, listen, man, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, come here real quick.
Yo, remind you, when he tapped this nigga, not to cut him off. Me, Yayo, and a couple of other homies, we at the pool table playing the pool. The nigga 50 grabbed this nigga. These niggas is locked in the fucking room for like 2 hours.
Yeah, so he tapped me, he like, yo, come take a walk with me. We walked to the weight room, he closed the door. He's like, look, man, that's how you feel? I'm like, listen, G, he's like, I'm not gonna hold you. This is how I feel with or without you. This is just how I feel. This is sincerely how I feel. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
This ain't
So
me
all his
to,
energy was directed towards Sheik.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, when I first left, I stated that in the statement that I released when I left. I was like, listen, the only issue I had was with Sheik. I don't have an issue with Kiss or Styles. So when I told 50 that, he like, listen, I'm like, look, all I'm gonna do is with or without you because that's just how I feel. So I don't want you to think that I'm trying to come in here looking for you to help me get on this nigga and do all this. Like, nah, that's, you know, he like, nah, I understand. He like, I don't want you to think that that I'm trying to influence you to go at them or nothing like that anyway. Like, I'm like, nah, it's all good. He's like, listen, so with that being said, are you out of your contract with them? I'm like, nah. He like, look, man, if you get out of your deal, the next meeting we have when you come here will be about figures. I'm like, okay. But me in my mind, like I told you, I already knew it wasn't happening. So I'm like, I was just kind of using this for like I said, the shock value purposes.
Did you tell him that?
No.
No.
Nah, I didn't.
Did he suspect it?
Probably.
Yeah.
As soon as I let him know that I wasn't out of my contract, he probably put two and two together. Like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was that though. But like I said, it lasted 6 hours. And then when I heard that they was having a concert at Jimmy's Cafe in the Bronx, I used that as another opportunity to basically generate the shock value. I'm like, listen, I'll be in the Bronx anyway. Let me pop up over there. So that's, ironically, that's where the chain dragging took place. I dragged the chain on the way to the concert.
Right.
Ended up going to the concert. Now, the whole thing about the chain, like I said, that wasn't even supposed to come out because the nigga that shot the joint, I told him, don't put that footage up. I said, don't do nothing with that footage unless I give you the green light.
Right.
Later on that night, this nigga put the footage up. All right, so look, I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna revisit that. So we get the 50 concert. We get there to the front. All the homies don't get in. It's only me and like 1 or 2 people got in. It was probably like 6 of us. The homie Trav, he ended up coming to get me and one of my guys, brought us in the joint.
He was at Fifth at that time.
So now look, bust it. This was crazy. Now everyone knows about the D Block G Unit, quote unquote, beef or the drama that was occurring, like, you know what I mean, prior to that. So this is my first time seeing Banks. And I forgot who else I seen, but I know Prodigy was there also. So
right.
Yeah, so I walked in, you know, I'm 5'7", you know what I mean? Like Banks really like 6'2" or some shit like that. So
right.
The nigga in the line, everybody going in, so he see me, he like, so he look at me, I'm like, yo, what's shaking, man? He like, hey, what's up? So I ain't gonna lie, in my mind, I'm like, I gotta keep my eye on this nigga. He looks sketchy right now. I'm not like, back around, I'm like, this nigga looks sketchy. I'm like, I didn't pop mad shit about this nigga. He didn't heard all the tapes. I know this nigga, cause Yayo done told us niggas hear everything. So I'm like, this nigga done heard everything. I done said this nigga look like he got Down syndrome, all type of shit. I'm like, let me watch this nigga, man. So I'm watching him, you feel me? I'm like, nah, I'm gonna keep my eye on this nigga, man. Queens nigga, you ain't about to, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't gonna sneak me. I don't care if y'all niggas give it to me, but y'all ain't gonna sneak me though.
Yeah.
So I'm watching everything.
Right.
So, you know, Prodigy, they see me and all that, like, what up? Dab them up. We all get inside. So, Yayo had just put out like a little diss to the Welcome to Jan Rock, the Jamaica joint. Welcome to Jan Rock.
Right.
So, but he did a D-Block diss on it. So, man, they called me on stage. He like, yo, what my dude J Hood at? Me, I pulled the D-Block chain out. Me, I ain't know what Yayo was about to do. I had no clue what he was about to do. The joint came on. Welcome to J Rock. Yo, fuck D-Block. I'm like, man, huh? But at that point, there's nothing I could do. I'm like,
it was too late.
He threw me in the grease. The fire popping.
Yeah. Facts.
Fish frying. I'm like, I can't do nothing.
You played a dangerous game.
Yeah, that's a fact. So
and they was like, oh, he ain't out his contract. He only meeting.
Yeah.
He want to get some attention.
I pulled the D-Block chain out. Everybody looking. I just did one of these. I'm like, nah. Everybody like, oh. I'm
right.
Like, nah.
Everybody was bugging.
Yeah, put the joint back in my pocket. I had other plans. I was about to throw it out. I'm like, nah, I ain't doing that. Put the joint back in my pocket.
Fuck out of here.
I put the joint back in my pocket.
Yeah.
I left. Man, like I said, the next day after homeboy put that footage out, man, I was in the fire. I woke up, everybody hitting me from all over the place.
Facts.
Like,
I went
viral before.
You was on World Star like this. They had you in the polls, dragging the joints.
Like, oh my God. Why would he drop this? I called this guy, I'm like, yo, fam, why would you release this, man. Like,
Yeah, you peeped that?
he like, yo, nah, my cousin dropped it. I ain't
He
release
said
it.
my cousin dropped
My
it?
cousin put it out.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.